What is up, everyone? So Monday 24 November and NQ is on a roll, about to hit the 25k level once again. And today I took some buys. Let's take a look from the 4-hour time frame, because I believe this was such a clean setup that everyone should have caught. Look at this 4-hour. So daily, Friday we had a nice daily bullish close right after breaking structure right there. Now this daily bullish close is telling me that price wants to rebound. Friday, actually Thursday, we had a pretty big move to the downside. We can see this was a 1,300, almost 1,400 point drop. So all the way from 25.2 down to basically under 24k. So pretty big move down, and there were no news, right? So this was just a liquidity grab most likely, and price will actually, in my opinion, it will push above 25,300 this week. So I'm gonna keep looking for buys. But let's talk about the buys today, how I saw them and how I took them. Now, as you guys know, I trade with platforms, and I have put all my accounts into a trade copier. So basically I have around 51 accounts. They're all on trade copier. So for that reason, I'm not doing any big volume and I'm not trying to catch big moves. And that's something that I'm trying to work with right now, So market opened, we opened with a gap to the upside. Now this is the first thing that's telling us price will most likely gonna continue to the upside, because gapping to the upside, right? There's a lot of volume, especially after Friday, where we've seen price climbing, very aggressive. We had a gap. Now, I wasn't expecting this gap to be filled during London session, and that was a surprise for me. What happened was, actually I was at the beach club here in Dubai, so wasn't really paying attention, but I had an alert set at 24.4. So I had an alert set, and price literally came down. Look at 5 minutes. Came down in 5-minute candles, 200 point drop right into that gap. And that was pretty crazy, right? Because it came very early into the day, the time that I like to trade during London session. But I did attempt a buy here. I did take I think 1 micro, 2 micros across all my accounts. And price did go a little bit into profit. After that happened, I went break even, and price actually tapped my entry once again and stopped me at break even. So that was my first trade for the day, a break even trade. Now looking back at it, from that point, we are at 560 points and still climbing. But it is what it is. Couldn't really manage it, wasn't really on the charts. Kind of let this play out. We corrected the entire move down, came back towards today's high. And at that point, I was pretty sure that price will most likely going to continue to create a new high of the day, take out Friday's daily high as well, and then perhaps move higher to correct some of the big move to the left. So I waited, came on the charts, had dinner, right? Market opened. I was actually very tempted to just take buys based on this 5-minute break, because we had a 5-minute break and then a retest into the 070786. Flip, look at that, perfect, into the flip zone, right? The exact concepts that I'm teaching inside the platform blueprint. First link in the description if you guys want to apply and learn how I trade. This little setup here made me millions trading the Forex markets, and it's now basically on the way to do the same with futures. So this exact setup, break of structure, fib retracement back into the flip zone, and look at that move to the upside. So I was literally tempted to take that, but I was like, I'm gonna wait for market to open, because I don't want to get any FOMO, because I'm already missed the entire move to the upside. So now I mark my next level. My next level is basically Friday's, this area right here. That's the Friday high. Why Friday's high? Well, previous daily high, basically daily candle. That's the first liquidity target for NQ. I wanted to see that get taken out and then retest it. And at this point, if we go to Discord, Platform Blueprint, right? I said looking at buys today, looking for the break of Friday's high, and then wait for the retest to take buys. So I did send this chart, this exact chart. So this was before, right? Gonna wait for the break, retest of the level, and then continuation. We had a straight push with the market open, waiting to see if we get a retest, and then the actual trade. So let me show you guys. So let's go on the 5 minute, right? So we get a push up. We push with a strong 5 minute candle. And what do I do now? Well, I wait for the retest of that key level. So I go on the 1 minute and price is slowly coming down. We get one tap, right? Try to push higher. We get another tap down, try to push higher, and then we start breaking. We created equal lows here. So that's my liquidity for the area. So all I have to do now, wait for price to tap. As I said in the previous breakdown on Friday, first liquidity grab into my area of interest. In this case, previous daily high, Friday's high, and then 1 minute, 5 minute confirmation. Because this is a break and retest, right? And price is very bullish, 1 minute is enough. But this also worked with the 5 minute confirmation, you know, for those of you guys who want to wait for further confirmation. So 1 minute for me was enough. I got to see a 1 minute candle closing in my direction of trading. That's exactly what happened. So we see price dropped into this flip zone, previous daily high, Friday's high, and then 1 minute bullish close. So at that point, I execute the trade. Also, if I draw the fib, we can see that matches exactly with my trading area on the fib zone, which is the 0.62 to 0.7 or a deeper retracement at 0.7886. But usually the 0.62 to 0.7 is the best trading area. So that matches perfectly. 1 minute confirmation, trade executed to 1, as I told you guys. 50 point stop loss, 50 point take profit. Now, why do I do 1 to 1? So, well, just because that's what I found works best. I can have a 80, 90% win rate. So I'm going to keep doing that every day. And then while I get more data using this system, I may increase my take profits to 1 to 2s and see how my win rate gets affected. But that's going to come with time. For now, I just do this. I'm very comfortable, as I said, because I have so many accounts. Let me show you guys right now. So in the Profit Blueprint Discord, right, took it after 1 minute close. It was literally an instant push after executing. And that's what happens when I'm traveling, because I'm in Dubai now. I'm only on my MacBook. I'm more focused on trading, can really send the trade, manage the trade, execute, all of that, right? So I sent it as soon as possible, while it was a straight push. Really nice retest and 1 minute bullish close, 50 point stop loss, 1 to 1, just hit. So that was my trade, and then back to the highs and a new high made. And check this out, right? Buys all the way, another winning day secured. This is TradeSyncer, the trade copier that I'm using to trade copy all my 51 accounts. You can use code NFX or the link in the description for 10% off. And 24K profit on all the accounts. So I'm not taking big trades, right? I'm trying to take small, consistent gains, build my accounts up above the buffer, get some payouts in after that, and maybe after I start increasing size in my trades. Right now I'm just doing 1 to 2 micros, maybe 3 micros on a 50K account. 100K, that's times 2, 150K, that's. So my daily target on 50K accounts is basically around $250. On 100K accounts, it's like $500, and 150, as you can see, the top accounts, and you're between $750, $800. That's my target. Why? Again, because small consistent gains, easy to obtain. Just go for 1-to-1 trades, and look at that. Just straight push towards TP1. And obviously, right, this is what I'm gonna try to adapt into my system, is increase my risk reward, especially with this type of trades, because they're so good and have such a high win rate. I can start increasing my risk reward. Maybe take some partials at TP1, keep holding the rest for TP2, or just keep full size at TP2 and then see how the win rate gets affected. Obviously, looking back at it, right, this would have been a 1 to, let's say, 6 risk reward trade, right, 300 point move. But you don't get this every single day. You don't get big moves like that every single day. And having a good trading system means you have the same setup that happens, every day. You're not looking for a unicorn setup that only happens once in a while, like a 1 to 3, 1 to 5 risk reward trade that maybe happens once every 2 weeks, and the rest of the time you don't really have any good trades. So I am happy with the catch, right? So the profits, made profits, and yeah, call it a day. Basically, what's that? 30 minutes after market open, I was done for the day and nothing left to do. So hope these breakdowns do give some value to you guys. Last one was highly appreciated. So maybe I'm going to do them every single day. Let me know in the comments if you want to see them every day after market close or close to market close after I'm finished trading. Record like this, show you guys the setup, show you guys if I make profit or lose money, obviously, because we're going to have losing days, and then I'll have to see how we adapt to losses as well. So thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.